Hello and welcome to our second webinar, Account Customization. I'm Khalida, Implementation Specialist for Lightspeed K-Series, and I'll be your guide throughout this video of your back office. Let me introduce you to your Lightspeed onboarding journey. Your onboarding is divided into 5 steps described on this page. Today, you are on the second step, our second webinar, which covers topics on how to configure your POS account. For more information on your customer journey, please contact the training and support team via the following email address. Here are the different chapters that we will deal with today. Settings, where we're going to see our business settings, discounts, account profiles, payment method, floor plan. Then we'll deal with our back office users, POS user groups and users, combos, and sales restriction. You can navigate through the chapters using the description in the video or by scrolling down the progress bar below the video. The aim of this webinar is to learn how to build combos and customize your POS account. Our first focus of this video will be on the settings of your back office, configuration, then settings. Let's start with the business settings. Completing the business settings section is mandatory prior to setting your account to go live. In your account, navigate to Configuration, Settings, Business Settings. Here are all the legal information you need to fill in. The internal name, this is the name of your establishment in Lightspeed K-Series back office. The fiscal identifier, your registered VAT number. This is also displayed on your customer's receipt. By the way, if you don't have a VAT number yet, put a dot or a hyphen. Trade name and address. This is the customer-facing name and address of your establishment. Company name and address. The company's registered legal name and address. Once completed, select the blue Submit button at the bottom of the page. These are mandatory. If you don't fill them in, you won't be able to go live. Let's move on with our discounts. You can add discounts in your back office. These then become visible and usable on your POS by adding a discount button on your menu or by applying the discount via the Actions button on the POS. To navigate to the discount section in your back office account, navigate to Configuration, Settings, Discounts. In this section, you can add all discount that you would like to use for all your customers and employees on the POS. To add a discount, select the blue Add a Discount button. Complete the below details to add a discount. Code, a unique discount code that appears on the POS. For example, staff 40 as an example. Rate, select this option to set the discount as a set percentage rate. Enter, for example, 40%. Amount, select this option to set the discount as a set amount. For example, £40. In our case, we're going to use 40%. Description. Enter the full description of the discount. This is what appears on your customer's receipt when applied on the POS. Here we're going to use staff discount as an example. This discount denotes wastage. Here you have an interesting option if you want to track your wastage. For example, you sell fresh items, but some go bad and cannot sell them anymore. You can also create a discount for wastage. You can enable that option. Discount denotes wastage. That will immediately apply a 100% discount rate. And you can keep track of your discount in your report that way. Group, you can organize your discount into groups to make them easier to find on your POS. You can select an existing group from the drop-down or create a group by creating a new group. Enter staff as an example. Let's move on with account profiles. Account profiles are seen as order types that affect some parameters during a sale. For example, VAT rates will change when an order is selected for takeaway, for example. The most used account profiles are usually takeaway, dine-in, and happy hour. You can either define schedules for each account profile to be set when active, or add an account profiles as button on your menu to manually activate. To navigate to the Account Profile section in your back office account, navigate to Configuration, Settings, Account Profiles. Below, I will demonstrate how to add an account profile using a takeaway as an example. Select the blue Add an Account Profile button. Complete the following details. Name. Enter the name of the account profile you're adding. The name entered will be displayed in the back office and on the POS. For example, takeaway. Code. A unique code for the account profile being created. In my example, TA. This tag stays active after it has been selected. Selecting this checkbox will allow the account profile to remain active for all orders all the time after selection. Modify the tax rate and item price of existing transaction lines. Selecting this checkbox will affect the tax rate and item price of already posted items in the checkout that has not been paid yet. This one is really important. Takeaway frame. To activate takeaway mode, choose pickup or delivery from the drop-down. If one of these are enabled, delivery and pickup features are enabled on the POS. The next frame, auto service charge, is used only for the dine-in account profile. An auto service charge allows you to add a percentage of the total of an order. There are two ways to apply the auto service charge to an account profile. Select the service charge item from the drop-down. Alternatively, enter the percentage amount in the tip box. Schedules. You can define time schedules when you want the account profile to be active on your POS. To enable the schedules, select on the blue Create the First Schedule button. You will then see option appear where you can select the days of the week and a start-end time when the account profile is active on your POS. Best example for that frame would be to create a happy hour account profile that can kick in only on Friday and Saturday between, for example, 5 and 7. Let's move on with our payment methods. The payment method section is located in Configuration, Settings, Payment Method in your back office account. Here is where you can manage the payment types that you will accept in your business. By default, your account will have 4 payment methods already added: cash, card, gift card, and invoice. If you have an integrated payment method such as Zettle, Dodo, or even Lightspeed Payment, reach out to us and we will help you set them up. As usual, to add something new, you can click on the blue button to create a new payment method. Under the code, we identify the payment method, for example, card. Under the name, you can use either the same code or the full name. So you know the name that you put here will be the one that will be displayed on the POS and on the customer's receipt. The account reference is not mandatory, and we advise you do consult your accountant in case you need it. Under payment method type, select the correct type that is linked to a created payment method. Settings, activate the settings checkboxes as required. Let's move on to the floor plans. Floor plans in Lightspeed allow you to reflect the layout of a location in your business. Floor plans are essential for businesses with table service, as they are used for orders, billing, and seating. To navigate to the floor plan section in your back office account, navigate to Configuration, Settings, Floor Plans. To add a floor plan, select the blue Add button in the top right-hand corner. Enter the floor plan name on the pop-up. The name can only exist once across all floor plans. To add your table, select on the blue Add Table button. Select first the number of tables you want to add with the number of covers for each table. Select the table shape, rectangular or round tables. Enter the table number of each table. The table numbers can only exist once across all floor plans. Select on Done once you have entered the above details. Once saved, the tables will be added to the floor plan. You can position the tables on the floor plan by clicking and dragging them on the screen. You can also enlarge the table by pulling and pushing the table edges. Now that we've seen our settings, we are going to focus on our user access. Let's start with the back-office users. The back-office users section shows all users that have permission to your back-office account. In this section, you can add, manage, disable, and set permissions for all back-office users that have access to your account. To navigate to this section, navigate via Configuration, Users, Back-office users. To add a back-office user, select the blue Add a new user button. Enter the below details. Email address of the user you are adding. You will receive login details to this registered email address. First name of the back-office user. Last name of the back-office user. You then have checked boxes to select the permission you are assigning for this user. I will now briefly explain each permission checkbox. BO right. User has write access to the BO. This permission will give the user back-office access only for integration, stock, and customer pages. BO report. User has access to the back-office reports. This permission will give the user access to the reports. BO config. User can edit the configuration. The configuration manages the POS profile setup. The permission enables the user to make any changes to this. BO users. User can access the receipt quick view page. The user has permission to edit the access right of the user listed in configuration users. BO PMS. User can access the receipt quick view page. If this role is enabled, the extra tab PMS search is available. Within this tab, you can see receipts linked to the PMS, Property Management System integration. This is only useful if you have a PMS integration. Once you have assigned the correct permission for the user, select the Add User blue button and save. You can always edit a back-office user if you need to adjust their permission or need to deactivate the user. Select on Configure next to the user in the back-office user section. To deactivate the user, select the Make Inactive button. You can adjust the user permission by selecting, deselecting the permission checkboxes. Select Update to save any changes made. Now that we've seen how to create back-office users, we're going to see how to create POS users. You can access the POS user section in the back office via Configuration, Users, POS users. The POS users section displays all users that can access the K-Series POS app. You can add or edit or delete POS users from this section. You can create a user account for each employee that will be using the Lightspeed Restaurant app. For accurate reporting and management, we recommend that you create a dedicated user account for each employee. When adding a POS user, you can either manually adjust their permission or assign the user to a POS user group, which holds specific user permission dedicated to that group. To add a POS user, select the blue Add a new user button. Complete the below details. Username, the name which appears throughout the POS. First name, the employee's first name. Last name, employee's last name. Group. You can assign the user to a user group which holds the permission for all users assigned to that group. Alternatively, you can set no group and manually set the checkbox permissions from the below list. ID button, not required and only used for Dallas key integration. Select the discounts that the POS user can use on the POS below. Select the Add User button to add the POS user. Now let's see how you can create POS user group access. This will allow you to create different types of access that you can assign to different POS users. For this, you need to go into Configuration, Users, POS User Groups. Click on the button Create a new POS user group and enter the name of the group, for example, Shift Leaders. Once you've chosen the name, on the right side of the screen, click on the arrow and select the Configuration button. There you will have multiple options to grant various rights to the specific user group. If we take, for example, if you like to track the hours of your employees from Lightspeed, the first option here will allow the employees of this specific group to only use the POS for a clock purpose only. Another interesting one, user can open and close shifts. This allows user to open the till in the morning and close in the evening. Usually, you only give that possibility to managers. After that, you also have interesting options like access to different kind of reports, different type of discounts, for example, and you can restrain this availability. Let's move on with our combos. Combos enable customers to order multiple items for a fixed price or items that can be modified. They can include preset items, a group of items from which customer can choose. Be careful, all items used within a combo must be created in the back office before adding them to the combo itself. Let me show you different examples of combos on my POS. First example often used is the pizza. So if I select my pizza margherita, who is a combo itself, I have a first choice of my pizza base, then a choice of my toppings. My first choice is mandatory, as you can see here. So I can select a base, and now I have an option of choosing different kind of toppings that can add an extra charge, but these are not mandatory. Let's say I choose these toppings, and I can finally add it to my order, and you can see pizza margherita is the combo, and you can see underneath all the options. Second example would be my spirits and mixer. If I go to my spirits and I choose my Tanqueray, for example, single, when I click on it, you see that I can choose my mixes and add it to my ticket. Third example is slightly different. You can use combo for set menus. For example, I have a dinner menu for which I offer a group of starters, mains, and dessert for a total price of £30. I usually sell individually all of these starters, main, and dessert for a certain price, but when they're included in my dinner menu, they cost £30. And here is how I can take my order. Now let's see how we can build a combo on the back office. A combo has its own SKU and consists of one of multiple groups. Each group has its own SKU and can have different settings: force price, force coursing, number of items to be selected, and so on. Groups consist of individual items. Creating a combo includes the following steps. First, adding a combo, then creating item groups, then adding items to the item groups. Let's add a new combo. To get started, we will first have to create the combo itself. I will demonstrate and add a hot drink, latte for example, with different milk options, syrups, as item groups. For this, navigate to Menu Management, Items, and select Create a Combo button. Here you can see it's almost the same as creating an item. First step that I need to do, combo receipt name. The combo name is the one that will appear on the customer's receipt. Here I enter latte. By Ticking that box, I can add a different name to be printed on the production dockets. If unable, you can enter a different combo name to be printed on the production docket for the kitchen or the bar. I'm going to leave that blank because I want the receipt name to appear. SKU, this again is not mandatory. The system will automatically generate a SKU number. However, select here to add a SKU manually to enter your own SKU number. We move on to price structure. This determines how the combo price will be set. By default, it's set to single price on the drop-down menu. For example, my latte has a base price of £3, which I will set as a single price. Alternatively, you can select the different price structure available. If you remember, positive or negative price allow you to choose the price on the go. No price means the combo is set to 0. Multiple price, this allows you to assign several price to one single combo. If, for example, you don't have the same price on eat-in or take-away, you can assign multiple price to this combo. Price as a percentage. The price of this combo will be based on the percentage of the order value you set. Cost price, not mandatory. You can enter the cost price of the combo here. Accounting group, you need to assign the right accounting group to your combo, in this case hot drinks. Statistic categories, again not mandatory. This will allow you to add more specific filters for your product reports. Then you can define the button details for the combo POS name. If you want to have a different name displayed on your iPad, you can put it here. I'm going to leave that blank because I want the receipt name to appear. Color, I can select the color of my button. And here I'm going to choose where I want that item to appear on my POS. Now I'm going to save my combo and I'm prompted to a new page. After saving your combo, you will need to create item groups that are inside the combo. For my example, I've created the latte. Now I want to create the item groups that are inside, one for my milk options, one for my syrup options. So after adding the combo, you will be automatically taken to the Edit Combo page, where you can create new item groups or assign an existing item group to the combo. To create a new item group, select on the blue Create a New Item Group button and complete the details below. Group name. This is to give the name of the group of options, in my case, milk options. Again, you can choose a different name displayed on the production docket, a different SKU. Then we move on to an important part, forced price for items in this group. This is where you can decide if you want your options to have an extra charge or not. So items that are added to this group will receive the price entered here, which will also be added to the price of the combo itself. Alternatively, you can leave this blank. This means that the price of each item inside your group will be added as an extra charge. If you don't want any extra charge to be added, just put a 0 here. In my case, I'm going to leave that blank because I want the price of each option to kick in when I select them. Then we move on to selection policy. This is how you define how many items you can select from this group on your POS. You have 3 possibilities. Select 0 or 1. This means that you can use only one or not. Select exactly one item, meaning that you will have and it is mandatory for you to select an option in that list. Select 0 or more item, you can select as many items as you want in the list. You can also set the POS button details and description below I described earlier when creating a combo item, then select Save to add the item group. Now that you've created the group, you can add items to it. Be careful, items must be created already on your back office before being added to the item group. To add items to the group, select the blue button Edit the item list. Here you can search for your items and you can add them to the list by clicking on the plus. Here, for example, I'm going to search for my types of milk and add it to my group. You can then select the order in which they appear. Then click on Save to save the list of items in your group. Now that we've created an item group from scratch, I would like to show you how you can add an existing group to a combo. Once a group is created, what is really useful is that you can use it in other combos. So now that I've created my milk options for my latte, I can add that milk options to all my other types of coffees. Let me show you how you can use an existing item group. In my case, you've seen that I've created a new group for my milk options, but I know that I already have a group for my syrups. So this time, instead of in my combo page clicking on Create a new item group, I can click on the other button here and just search for the name of my group, which is syrups. By clicking on the plus, you can see now that the group of syrups has been added to my combo. The last feature we're going to see today, sales restriction. The sales restriction functionality enables you to restrict the available quantity of an item to be sold on the POS. To enable this, first you need to go on your back office, edit the item, and tick that box, enable the counter. Once this is saved and you've reloaded your POS, if you click a little bit longer on the item itself, you can see a new button showing sales restriction. This is how you can set numbers of available items. Once you've done this, you can see that the number is showing on the items button. If you click on the item and add it to your orders and sell them, you can see the number is decreasing. If you come to 0, the POS won't let you sell any other items. What's important to know is that this feature, sales restriction, is not linked to your stock management system. It just works as a reminder on your POS. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found this video helpful. I wish you a lovely rest of your day.